What's next? Carry that notch. They used to do that in the old days. Friends, welcome back. It's good to see you. We are literally, I think we've got one video left after this one, friends. We're at the end of this job, and they happen to be big trees. So this will be fun. This has been a blast. Andy, if you're watching, I want to thank you again. I look to Andy for Stumps, friends. I look to him every time. I'll say to him, hey, like behind the scenes stuff you guys don't see. I'm like, what do we need here? What is this? What kind of a tree is this? Do I need a low stump? He goes, on the white oak, we get them down a bit. But on the rest of this stuff, friends, especially this rotten, crazy stuff, you cut her where she's comfortable. You cut her where she's comfortable. So anyway, this is kind of, we're getting close to the end of this. I want to thank everybody that's been here, following along, watching this. A lot of people like seeing me in the hardwood, Freds. They say it in the compliment or in the comments. And thank you for that, because I am the student here. I'm learning. By the time I can't pick up a power saw, I want to be able to speak to all kinds of different sawmanship. You know what I mean? Australia is probably, hopefully, going to be the next experience. But I'm enjoying this. Super enjoying this. I'm actually learning more about cutting trees, because that's what you have to do in different species. So anyways, I won't keep you, but I'm just grateful for you. And your viewership has been wonderful through this whole set of videos from North Carolina. Andy, to your family, and you, thank you again. We'll do it again, brother. I'm looking forward to it. Friends, enjoy this video. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. Get out there and find your joy, whatever it may be. Enjoy the video. What's next? Let's look at that. Yeah, this is right crazy. It's right crazy. So here's what I do know. Here's what I do know. I can get this thing to go straight across here. No problem.
But if that doesn't help you, I'll put it wherever you want, but that tree is cranked up the hill. So you don't want, why don't I take that white oak and get a better look at the crown of this thing? Let's do that. That thing, oh yeah, it's, mind you, gosh dang. Geez, it'd be nice to get it over there, wouldn't it? Better for you there, Andy?
I'd put it over there.
Over here. Yeah, okay, well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think I can get this thing, Andy, to go with all that overhead weight. I think I can get it to go across. Let's go with that. And I'll put a high stump on it because it's kind of gnarly. But we got to have our crew back in here. Because if it drifts, that's not good.
Okay, friends, you'll see me do this a lot. In the undercut, I'll start looking up right away to see what that tree's going to give me. You see that? And look how long I look up. As I cut, I'm looking up steady. And you wonder, why is he doing that? He's going in the undercut. Well, with a rotten tree and crazy distribution in the weight, they do tell you stories. So keep your head up, friends.
I'm planning on not using wedges. I have some faith in it. It's got a lot of stick weight that way, but the crown balance, I'm hoping is going to help me out. We got a solid undercut in there, lots of travel. We've even got a notch in it, Luke. Show the notch that I talk about. That's why if you don't line up, bang it out, friends. Bang it out. That way you'll carry that notch. They used to do that in the old days. So your apex doesn't close up and doesn't pull fibers fast. It's a big notch, we call it. Let's stop the flapping and start the cutting. Come on, baby. So it started to pop here. It started to pop, but I was just going to ride it out because if I cut wood here, guess what happens? It breaks off and goes smashing into all the leaf trees and all that upper stuff. That sucker hang on course right nice, but it did start to pop. That's that right in the hole. What's that, buddy? red oak. Yeah. She swung around nice, didn't she?
Yeah, doing good.
Okay, friends, you know me. I like to come in and say hi's to yous and tell you that I love you and that I hope and pray that you're searching for your joy daily in even if it's in the back of your brain, if you're thinking about, friends, I love cutting trees. I do. I loved it so much that I decided to really dive into it in my 20s, late 20s, actually. But I want to, on this outro, I want to talk about just a couple things here. If you need to go back and watch, do. My freaking head when I pour the wood. So, friends, the tree was leaning away from me into the bush. Hard, friends. Andy actually said to me off camera, Buckin, just lay it up there. Just lay it up there. And then I said, I can get it here. And he said, well, if you can. And then we start talking about it. But my point is there's a foundation over there. If a guy goes and cuts all that low wood, you would 100% need to smash wedges in there to lift that up. But guess what also happens when you remove all your low wood? It stresses the top plate out like you would not believe. It does, friends. When you bring your wood in even, I call it pouring. You guys are probably saying, oh yeah, Buckin said this 1,000 times. Well, I have. We had a saving grace in this tree, friends. We had a big leader up at the top, kind of not over my head, but it was helping us. There was weight distribution back a bit, which settled that tree in on the stump a bit. It helped that high wood out. So I'm not going to go off on some rant here, but trees are strong. That tree was hollow. And what I meant by it started to pop is, Lukey actually asked me that. It was starting, I could hear it. It even cracked a little bit, which says it's mine. So could you imagine if all that low wood was out of there? There's freaking a foundation, I call it, from the right across the stump, because there's no center wood, right? It's hollow. So hence why people bore the guts out and used 2 posts to keep things on course. Well, the center was already gone. Every tree's different. Every situation's different. Learn your craft. Test things out when you're in the bush and there's no way that you can screw stuff up or break targets or fences or cars or houses or wires. Learn your fiber. So this one really came out nice. The undercut was nice. The back cut was nice. Couple of points to think about. My freaking head is steady up. Once I start my back cut and start feeding that high wood, I'm like this. I'm like this, looking at the crown, friends. What's it going to give me? Your kerf won't tell you much, friends. It won't. It won't. It'll be too late by sometimes. Anyways, I love yous. Work hard, be honest, and be kind. We'll catch you on the next video. Thanks for being here.